Hey guys, I'm going to show you guys how to do your daily check-in. All right, so right here is your dashboard setup. If you open your app, this is what it should look like. At the top of the dashboard, you see where it says daily check-in, and then you have the corresponding days of the week right underneath that. If it has a blue check mark, that means you already checked in for that day. If you didn't, it will be blacked out like it is right here on Monday. So today is Monday. You click Monday. You wake up in the morning, first things first. Make sure it's the right date. Then, below that, you have meditate for 10 minutes, sunshine for 10 minutes. You'll fill that out probably at the end of the day. So, what you want to do is first thing in the morning, log your weight. Here in where it says weight, I was 242.4 this morning. Your boy's getting jacked. And then from there, you just hit the back button on the top left corner, this left arrow up here, and then click save. That way, you can go back in at the end of the day, click Monday, and then finish out the rest of this questionnaire based off your feedback for the day, steps, your how you feel throughout the day, measurements as far as your cardio burn that day, how many carbs, protein, and fats you had, easy as just checking your meal plan and submitting that in here. Exercise minutes, activity, and your sleep time. That section there you will fill out upon waking up. All right, guys. So everything is pretty much self-explanatory as far as when to update that for the daily check-in. Once you complete your daily check-in and you haven't submitted any notes down here at the bottom that we may need to address, you just click the submit button here, and then there you have it. Your check-in day is submitted. Now you have to make sure that it is submitted for it to actually go through on my end. All right. I hope that helps. All right, guys, I'm going to go over on how to go about checking in weekly. So, underneath the daily check-in section, you have your check-in section. It says check-in with a blue button that says check-in now. It will show up. This blue button will show up on the day of your check-in. You will also receive a reminder via email the day before. And if you check in late, which is after 12 p.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time on your designated check-in day, you'll receive an email saying your check-in is late, and you'll have information via email as well. So what you would do is as simple as clicking that blue button, and then you just fill out your questionnaire. Everything's pretty much self-explanatory. The more data that you give me, the more I'm able to help you guys progress. Now, similar to the daily check-in, you can hit that back button on the top left corner of your screen and resume checking in maybe at the end of the day, or you can check in as you go through the day. That way you don't forget any feedback or any important notes that you want to add in the check-in. So once you complete the form, all of its required questions, which is highlighted in the red asterisk next to those questions, you want to scroll all the way at the bottom. Make sure you include at least 5 photos. Obviously, those are required. And then you click the blue button at the bottom that says submit. Make sure that you click that blue button at the bottom. That way I'm able to see your check-in submitted on my end. If you do not, it will not show up on my end, and we won't be able to get you all updated and squared away for the week. All right. I hope this helps. You guys a pretty cool feature that we have available, which is a goal setting feature. So right underneath the check-in section, right underneath that blue button, you see where it says goal. If you have a goal that we've set for you, this will provide us a countdown. So whether that may be a GI map protocol timeline, maybe we're getting ready for a show, maybe getting ready for a photo shoot, a wedding, whatever the case may be, we can set a goal and it will provide us with an automation with a countdown that we can monitor and plan as we go. So wanted to show you guys that feature here. It's right underneath where it says goal. For me, I'm currently going through a protocol as we speak, and we have 4 weeks to complete this protocol. So I have 3 weeks, 6 days, and 9 hours left. So I figured I wanted to share that with you guys and something we'll be utilizing. Now, if you want to dive in a little bit more detail with your goals, you just click the goals section and it gives you the title of the goal and any descriptions that we put there pertaining to your goal. As you can see here, my goal right here over the next 4 weeks is a gut protocol, and the description here is basically stated underneath that goal. So I want to go ahead and go through the training section of your app. So at the bottom toolbar, you will see where it says workout. It'll be a dumbbell icon. You click the dumbbell icon, it takes you to your training section. Now at the top, if you have more than one training program, it will provide you with a drop-down menu here. As you can see, I have a 9-day split and another programming, which is a 4-day rotation. I'm currently on the 4-day rotation, so I just click that, and this shows the layout of my programming. Now, if I want to go ahead and log this workout, say I'm in the gym, I'm about to start my session, I'll click that log this workout blue button at the bottom as soon as I start my session, and it takes me in. And as you can see at the top right hand corner, it is going to start counting down your gym time. So make sure you get to work. So a cool feature I want to show you guys here in this training section is going to be being able to swap out movements. So for instance, if I'm going to scroll down, I logged all of my movements, and I get to say the chair elevated glute bridge, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the 3 dots at the top right corner in that movement section. You can either add notes to that of what you did, or maybe some modifications, or if maybe the machine wasn't available, or maybe you did this movement last. Any kind of notes that'll help me better assess your training is welcome there. But what I want to show you guys is you're able to swap movements. So say that you were doing that glute bridge, but instead you did a hip thrust for whatever reason. This is just for purposes of showing you guys the feature. So what I want to do is, I can't even spell hip. So I want to do is type in hip thrust, and if that movement is available in our library, you just click hip thrust, and then it would automatically swap out that movement to your machine hip thrust. Then you would just go in, first set, log your weight, say it's 25 pounds, you did 12 reps, and obviously we want to make sure the intensity is there. So 0 to 1 rep in reserve, we'll say we did 1 rep left in the tank. You want to hit that check mark right next to that section there on the first set for it to be logged. If it's body weight, you click the body weight box right above it. Okay, so pretty cool feature there. We can also do load calculators, which is going to give you an estimate of your 1 rep max, which is a really cool feature there as well. You can also access the exercise history. So if you were doing glute bridges for a year straight, it'll pull up all of your performance data from the entire year, and you can see from a macro point of view of how you're progressing with that movement. So really cool feature there. And you can also reorder your exercises. So just click reorder exercise, and you can just swap it around. Simple as that. All right. So wanted to show you guys the cool features there and how to navigate your training. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out. But that will conclude the training section. Now, last but not least, I want to make sure that you guys know that as soon as you finish your workout, you have to make sure that you hit the complete workout button, which is the blue button at the bottom of your training, and making sure you hit that button, because if you don't, it would not show as your workout being completed, and it would not log your workout. So you will be losing data essentially. And we want to make sure that we collected enough data, as much data as possible, to make sure you guys progress. Okay, so say you finish your workout, or you're trying to pause your workout. All you have to do is hit the pause button at the top right hand corner of the screen where it shows your timer, and that'll pause the workout for whatever reason. If you're trying to run to the car, or you may have gotten a call and you need to pause your workout, make sure you pause that so that way it's not recording that time that you're not actually training or resting between sets. Now, once you complete your workout, you want to scroll to the bottom, like I mentioned earlier, Click complete workout, and then you want to fill out this short feedback form here. How hard was the workout on a scale of very easy to very hard? That gives us a good indication on how much you're handling, how much you're recovering before session. It gives you your workout time, and then any other notes you want to let me know and we address together. You just put that in the section here. Once you complete that, you want to click the finish workout button to make sure that this workout is logged and we have data to look back on. Hey guys, so I'm going to go over the nutrition section of your app. So right now we are on our dashboard or our home page. At the bottom toolbar, you will see where it says nutrition and it shows like an avocado icon. You want to click that avocado and it'll take you to your nutrition plan that is set for you for the day. If you are an athlete who has a detailed programming, this is how it would look. And once you complete that day, you want to make sure that you hit the complete day button for it to register and be logged. And that is data that we need and that we can assess to make sure you guys continue to progress. Now, through the day, you can go ahead and complete each meal. So say I ate meal one, I'm going to go right below meal one, click complete. And that is to help me stay on track through the day and not get too clouded with everything and all these numbers showing here. So say, for instance, that you ate meal one, you decided to work out a little bit earlier. So you skip meal two and went to your meal three pre-workout. Once you eat your meal three pre-workout, you hit complete. So this way, this allows you to be a little bit more organized and just staying on track with what meals you ate through the day and not having to try to remember what meals you ate if you didn't eat in the order that is provided. Now, if you were a macro-based client, this would look a little bit differently. You would just be targeting and meeting those target macros, your protein, carbs, and fats through the day. And then the same token, you just hit complete day at the end of your day. That way we can log and register the data for that day. Let's talk about how to track your water intake. Now, it is important that you meet your water intake and your minimum target on a day-to-day basis. It's really important for overall metabolic function, health, and well-being. So if you look on your dashboard here at the home section, you would see right here at the bottom right-hand corner, it says water tracker. Now, what I typically do is during the day, as I go through the day, and I track my water intake. That way, I'm not trying to remember how much water my water intake at the end of the day. So, say you drank 2 bottles of water, that's about 1 liter. You just click the plus button twice, that's 1 liter there. And as you can see, it'll log that data there. All right, so it's very important that you guys track your water intake through the day. That'll better help me, help you, and all the data that we use is data that we're able to reference from and making sure that you continue to progress. All right, guys, let's take a look at your supplement guidance. All right, so at the bottom toolbar here, where you see workout, nutrition, calendar, then you see 3 dots that says more. You want to click that button there, and it will take you to this menu. Once you get to this menu, click supplements, and then you will have your supplement guide listed here at your disposal, including your dosage and when to take each supplementation. Okay, let's talk about tracking your activity. So if you have a activity target, which most of you will, what you want to do is navigate to your more button, which is at the bottom right hand corner. Those 3 dots at the bottom. Once you pull this menu up, you want to click cardio. All right. Below the log cardio button, you will have your activity plan. For me, it's 8K steps daily, 20 minutes of cardio on all training days. So I want to click log cardio. If it is a training day, I want to make sure I include the date, what cardio I did. Let's say we did the treadmill or the elliptical, if I know how to spell it. Any notes that you want to address or let me know during that cardio session. Your heart rate throughout that cardio session, which most of you will have a heart rate target as well. The time, if you don't have to put time if we have a calories burned target. If we don't have a calories burned target, then you more than likely you have a time target. So whatever target that you have set for you, you want to just implement that or submit that there. Once you complete that, you want to make sure to hit the save button so that way it logs your activity. Let's talk about your progress data and photos. So this is your dashboard here. We already discussed all of which includes your check-in day, your daily check-in, water intake, goal setting. And now let's talk about your progress data and everything that we do collect throughout these different avenues. So at the bottom toolbar, you want to click the More button at the bottom right-hand corner. Once this menu is pulled up, you want to click Progress, Data, and Photos. And you'll be able to see your daily logged throughout the week. You will be able to see your weight trends throughout the week as well. You can set up to where you're able to filter for the past month. As you can see, January, February. If you click over to progress photos, this will be your entire gallery of photos you submitted over the course of our timeline. And a cool feature here is you're able to compare as well too to see how you're progressing. All right, and how you do that is you want to click the compare button at the bottom right hand corner. Now you're able to select two photos. What you want to do is you want to select the most recent photo last that you want to compare to whatever date in your gallery. So say I want to compare last week's to the most recent check-in. So I'm going to click the last week's check-in here, and then I'm going to click the most recent check-in. From there, it will automatically pull up your photos and compare them. Now, since we're on the phone, it's going to show up like this. But if you want a better analysis or assessment, you can always just rotate your phone to the side, and then it'll pull up from left to right last week's versus this week's progress photos. Pretty cool feature. You guys are able to utilize that, see how you're progressing, keep you motivated. If you want to click over, you're able to see your water intake as well throughout the week. Obviously, this athlete isn't tracking his water like he's supposed to. However, this is something that is going to take some time to get used to. Now, we do also have a section on the daily habits on how much fluid you've been having. So I'm able to see that as well as your weekly check-in. If you click over to data, we've built out metrics according to these measurements here. So exercise minutes, it'll track that over time. Activity and energy. We have, let's see, let me pull this down. We have your calories. We have your average water intake, measurements on your chest, digestion, fatigue. And so basically, you guys get the picture. This is information that we can utilize over the course of our timeline to make sure that you continue to progress or even know how to navigate through peak week when it's time when we pull that trigger to hit the stage. So guys, the more data that I receive from you guys, the better an overall service that you'll be able to receive. All right, guys, let's go over the calendar section of the app. So at the bottom toolbar, you'll click the calendar button here, and this will take you to the calendar. So this kind of tracks all of your lifts. You know exactly what days you did what, and it will allow you to stay on track with your split. This calendar also will be used for any important events, anything that I may need to record on this calendar. And you can also add any request. Say you're going out for a week to the Bahamas, or you're traveling for a wedding, or you have an important day that needs to be addressed and us notified together, so that way we can properly plan for that day. You just click that request button, add a request, select what that event is, uh, select the type of event, whether it's an appointment, event, a goal, whatever the case may be. For females, we can also track your menstrual cycle as well too. Select, put your description of the event, what it all entails. The location would be helpful, and then you can just send that notification by clicking the notification box right here and click save. I will then receive that request, and then we go from there.